Okay, so these are the techniques for third dan. So exactly the same as second dan. When your partner takes a hold of your wrist, steps forward into a fighting stance, all this is a drill. It's nothing more. It's not an actual technique that you would ever use. It's just a way for you to learn the mechanics of every technique and then go on and learn how to do them from various attacks. So what we're going to do for the first one, the partner grabs my wrist, he punches exactly the same as the second dan, kick to the inside of the knee, rotate this up, grab the elbow, hand over the top, thrust it back into the shiranagi. And take a hold of the wrist now. Once I've let go with this hand, take a hold with this hand. I'm just going to walk backwards whilst at the same time sinking my hips. Take them back down onto the mat. Take a hold with the other hand and force the elbow down to the mat, lifting his hips up. Okay, same technique, but from the opposite side this time, left hand side. So partner punches, strike, strike, take a hold, rotate into the shiranagi, down. Rotate the arm over, push it forward onto the mat and control. Okay, technique number 2, we're going to do it to the opposite side this time just so you can see where we go in front of the camera. So exactly the same thing, partner grabs, steps forward into a stance, punches, counter strike, kick. This time I'm going to bring my hand right against my stomach, take a hold of their wrist, right underneath, I'm going to rotate it up. Pull my hand out underneath and begin to rotate the wrist in this direction, which breaks our balance. Strike up into the side of the sternocleidomastoid muscle here with the whole part of my forearm. So here, strike, come around, take a hold of his kick, pull him off balance and apply the strangle, whilst at the same time keeping this lock on tight. Right, so this time exactly the same technique as number 2 to the opposite side. So punches, strike, kick. Again, and here rotate, begin to rotate them, strike, come in, apply the strangle and keep them off balance and in control. Okay, technique number 3. Again, my partner holds my wrist, steps into a stance. We punch, I counter, kick to the inside, I rotate up, take a hold of the wrist from the other side, break down against my stomach and begin to rotate. This hand then comes up onto their shoulder, which brings them up onto the toes by applying the lock. Pull this hand up and then I have to stick my body underneath them. You can't lift them up and do it, you have to create the space and enter into the space yourself. So in, turn, rotate, pull them onto the front. Hand then goes down against the mat so the elbow is uppermost, palm on the flat palm on the hand, on the mat, here, and finish. Okay, exactly the same technique, again, but to the left hand side. Punches, here, strike, up, rotate, I'm going to come through, over, straighten the arm out, and finish with a punch. Again, exactly the same thing, my partner starts in this position, punches, counter strike, kick, rotate into the kotomawashi, apply this lock, then from here my hand comes underneath and I'm going to hit with this section of my hand that looks like an L into the bottom of his wrist here and rotate the wrist so that the back of his hand ends up in my hand here. I'm pointing this finger out on purpose so that you can see that I'm concentrating on the bottom 3 fingers here to hold this tight. Yeah? Lift him back up so he's on his feet. You'll see that he's all up, his face is contorted, so I've got full control over him. So this technique is called kote hineri. From here you're going to pull it out, whip it, take a hold of the back of the tricep tendon, pull him onto his front, turn him over and rotate the hand down to control. Okay, same technique, but obviously to the opposite side again. Okay, now this is the last of the applications to the locking drill. So again, the same thing, my partner takes a hold here, punches, counter strike, kick, kote mawashi, we're going to lock and bring him right up into kote hineri. Now from here, if you rotate the wrist in this direction, obviously your partner goes in that direction. So what I want to do is I want to use this as a control where I can use this as a come-along technique. So just by putting my hand up in the back here and keeping the lock applied, so by twisting this hand and cutting it through the centre line of his body, keeping my hand up the back here, I'll be able to control him. I'm off him in any direction I want. Whereas when I let go of this, automatically it's going to go down like that. So the hand in the back of the arm here just serves to control and stop him from turning. Tightens up the lock, it makes it that bit tighter and gives me that bit more control over him. Again, the last of the locking techniques from the opposite side. So once again, he grabs, punch, kick, lock, here, into the cotineri, hand up on the back, rotate, take a hold of him, and walk him in any direction I want. The good thing about this as well is because you've got him in this position, is the only arm that he's got left that he could possibly strike me with. If you punch me in the face, no punch. Oh, now he's got control. Punch, punch, punch. That leaves me in a really good position, so I'm always in control of him. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the first of the blocking and striking drills. So this one is uchi-ukiwaza, so inside blocking techniques. So what happens, my partner takes a step back into a stance, I take a step back into a stance. Now because he's in a left fighting stance, I go in a left fighting stance as well. So hidari hanmi gamai, left fighting stance. You pull your hands up so that they're in this position. Now obviously because this is a drill, we're going to make fists, but in general, when you're in a self-defense situation, your hands are open but you maintain exactly the same stance, so there's no difference. So from here, what happens, my partner punches, I parry the punch. My other hand comes over the top, takes a hold of it, the other hand then comes back and hits anywhere, anywhere in the body, okay? So he punches, here, strike. Same thing to the other side. Same thing again, 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 again. So you get the idea. Now, the reason for doing this drill is this. If a guy comes up and he's going to punch you in the face, so John punches me, boom, I'm just eating fist. So if I try and grab a hold of this wrist before it gets up to my face, I'm never going to be fast enough in a month of Sundays. But what I can do is push it off its trajectory. So if he's intending to punch me in the nose, all I have to do is just tap it ever so slightly off the centre line and move its trajectory. So now it's pointing in that direction. From there you can take a hold of it. So if John punches me really fast, fast as you can, over and over again, over, faster, 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 faster. So it gives you a chance to be able to grab a hold of this. And once you've got a hold of this, you're in a bit of control, so then you can step forward with your stride before you enter in for any sort of throwing technique. Okay, so now we've done inside. What we'll do, the inside ones are if somebody does the big Saturday night job, the arms are swinging, you can see it coming, your hands are up to protect you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do to the outside. So I have to step off the line. Now this guy now is a little bit more experienced, he knows how to throw a punch, so he throws a punch straight forward towards my face now. So he spots the target, sees it, he knows where it's coming, and he throws it in there. So I have to avoid that punch. Now again, with all the best will in the world, there's no way I'm going to come out and be able to do these sorts of blocks and to be able to stop a punch that's coming towards my face. But if I keep my hands up in front of me again and the punches, I can fire it again. So we start in this position, so we're building it up, So every time he punches, I'm just patting it off the line, always off the line. My elbows are in nice and tight to my body, and I'm just slapping the hand. There's no blocking, it's just slapping it past. So all I'm doing, my elbows are in tight, I'm keeping that good stance, and you're slapping off the centre line, so that the punch doesn't actually hit you in the face. So what we'll do is after you've done that, we'll build that up. So I take this type of punches, I slap it, take a hold of it with this hand, and with whatever hand I've got, or whatever target I see first, you're going to punch, or punch, any target you see. So the punches, here trap and punch in there because it's a wide open target, I can see it, which is perfect because now if John punches me with the other hand, it's away over there. So I've taken out one of these weapons by slapping it, and I've taken the other weapon out by turning his body in this direction, which leaves him vulnerable to a whole sort of defences in your. Okay, so what we'll do this time is we'll build it up slightly. And it's important to remember that these are really basic drills. They're the very first blocking and striking drills that we've done so far, and that is us now into video number 7. So we're all the way up to 3rd Dan before we start doing any sort of blocking and striking drills. So here we go. The partner's going to punch. As he does, parry, take it, boom. Yeah, so nice and simple, nice and basic, and you can build the speed up as you go through the techniques. Okay, what we'll do is a couple of different applications to each of these blocking and striking drills.